Director Anti-Corruption Bureau and Jammu and Kashmir. Shri Anand Jain serving for more than 20 years previously. Previously, he has served as IGP, DIG, SSP, and SP in past tenure. He has been awarded with many recognitions, which include police medals, President Awards, recognition from National Investigation Agency of India. He is a very true visionary and man of word. We are honored to have you, sir. We have from our Rotary Club, we have a few questions to ask you. May I?
Yes.
Sir, an experience that has inspired you to be in a civil service.
Yeah. Regarding the joining of civil service, it was a very interesting, rather, experience with me. Speaking to my father, actually, because my father was the person which inspired me to join the civil service, and he was the one who really pushed me to have a profession where I can serve the people with dedication. Secondly, I also had an experience during my school time when it was really very difficult for us to have the amount of the fees and everything paid to the school well in time. That was a very unfortunate thing during that days, because it was very difficult for the businesses also to run. And the help was extended by a person who was a doctor in Branpur regarding the timely payment of fees at that particular point of time. So it was a very important and life-changing instance for me, where it inspired me to help people around selflessly without having any attachment towards it.
That's great, sir. Good to hear. So, what is the one common myth about your profession or field that you want to debunk?
Number one is unlike in the government, unlike private sector, it is always thought about that government sector is a place where the people work less, and they don't have that much amount of initiative and drive. Nowadays, it is completely a myth now, because the equal amount of work is being done in the government sector now, and the officers, the staff, and everyone puts in very long hours of work to make the thing successful, because there has been now the change of the approach of the government also to set up a managerial approach to the whole thing. So the work hours are long. And people are really working very hard nowadays to get the targets met in terms of investigations, in terms of any delivery of any service. And now with the Public Service Guarantee Act, and now a lot of acts have been coming in force. So a lot of timelines have been fixed to deliver the right amount of service at right point of time. And a lot of digitization has happened in the government, which has really led the interface with the public very smooth. So it works at both ends. It throws in a lot of challenge for a government servant to address it from this end, in terms of the volume of data and volume of the information which comes to him. And second is to process it well in time. So the amount of, say, hard work which nowadays the government servants put in, and second is the timelines which they are trying to meet, are the two basic changes, the two basic myths which are there normally true for corporate sector and which is not true for the government.
Yes, sir. So, as you know, there are many students which are appearing for UPSC exams upcoming years and so on. So, what are your suggestions for the current UPSC aspirants, and why should an Indian youth should join civil service?
See, basically it's a service. It's not a job. It's not a profession. It's basically a service which helps you to really serve people selflessly. And it's a platform which can help you to do a lot of diverse work. If you work for a particular company, so if you work for one particular area, so the companies will change. Normally, your expertise in that particular area will grow. But in the government, there is a lot of diversity of work which you get all across the table when you grow higher in service, or maybe you are initially at lower level. So there are a lot of opportunities for one person to, say, grow organically, professionally also, and to serve the people also. And the current UPSC aspirants, I would like to add one thing, that you should use your mobile phone less. So once you use the mobile phone less, I mean, that will help you to focus on your studies. it's better that you use your laptop. Don't go on WhatsApp for any information. Don't maybe in case if you have mobile phone, then there's the only solution left with you for preparation. That is fine, but don't waste your time in any social media, any unnecessarily conversations on WhatsApp, which you can kill a precious time of yourself. So it's better that you use your laptop and use your mobile only for basic communication and focus on your studies, and don't take your any studies lightly, because if you are preparing for civil services, it's basically elimination process, not a selection process. It's a basically a very gruesome exam which tests you a lot of patience and hard work. So all these things will be required once you start preparing for civil services with the focused attention. So in case if your focus is derailed, then the things will become very difficult for you to even qualify the examination, because there are many aspirants who will be really focused and would be working very hard. So there are two advices: that stay focused. Second is stay away from your mobile phone.
So your words are gonna truly inspire youths. So I would like to thank you from our whole Rotaract team for giving us your precious time. And it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you once again.